Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair and felt a sharp tug in your knees or a strange hesitation in your balance, almost as if your body was whispering that something deeper was changing? It may feel small at first, but these moments often carry a message that many adults over 60 never recognize until much later. As the days pass, these little signs begin to stack up. You notice that reaching for a high shelf feels harder. Your shoulders ache more often. Stairs seem steeper than they used to. And before you know it, these subtle signals grow louder quietly, warning you that your strength and independence may be slipping away faster than you realize. This is not simply aging. This is your body sending early alarms that certain muscles are weakening, balance is shifting, and your risk of pain and injury is rising every single day. Millions of Americans ignore these warnings because they appear harmless at first. Yet experts know that these early signs often mark the beginning of a much bigger problem. When the muscles that protect your joints begin to fade, your ability to move freely and confidently begins to fade with them. That is when a simple misstep can turn into a fall. That is when normal tasks suddenly require effort. That is when your quality of life begins to change. But here's the powerful truth. You can stop this decline and even reverse it with just a few minutes of the right exercises. No gym, no equipment, no complicated routines. Just 3 simple movements that rebuild strength, restore balance, and bring back the pain-free confidence you may have thought was gone for good. And as you discover these exercises today, you will also understand why they work, how your body responds, and how small daily actions can protect your independence for years to come. Number 1, hidden signs of muscle decline. As the first signs of aging appear, you may notice quiet changes in the way your body moves. A slow rise from your chair, a slight wobble when you take your first steps, a gentle ache in your knees or lower back that lingers longer than it once did, a hesitation on the stairs that feels unfamiliar. These subtle moments often seem harmless, but they are powerful clues that key muscles responsible for strength, stability, and balance are beginning to weaken. And when these muscles weaken, the foundation of your independence becomes less secure than you realize. This decline does not happen overnight. It builds slowly in the background as your body loses strength year after year. Research from American health experts shows that adults over 60 can lose up to 3% of their muscle mass every year, which affects the ability to stand upright, climb stairs, or walk with confidence. As that loss grows, you begin relying on momentum instead of control. You push off your thighs to stand. You grip railings more tightly. You avoid bending because the motion feels heavier. These small adjustments increase your risk of falls, pain, and long-term mobility problems that can reshape your daily life. But here is the encouraging truth. Your body is not too old to change. When you train the right muscles with the right movements, you can rebuild strength, regain balance, and restore the confidence you thought was slipping away. Many viewers say they only recognize their weakness when a simple movement suddenly felt difficult, like rising from a couch during a family visit. That moment often becomes a wake-up call. And that is exactly why your next step begins with the most important movement you perform every single day, the one that reveals how strong your legs and core truly are. Number 2, sit-to-stand exercise. Now that you understand how early muscle decline quietly changes the way you move, it becomes essential to focus on the one exercise that reflects your true strength more clearly than anything else. The sit-to-stand movement is the single most important functional skill you must protect because it is woven into nearly every part of your daily life. Each time you rise from bed, stand up from a chair, or lift yourself from the couch, your legs, core, and hips work together to support your full body weight. This simple action is not just a movement, it is a real-time indicator of how strong, stable, and independent you still are. Many adults are surprised to discover how much this movement changes when strength begins to fade. You might notice that you lean forward more than you used to, or that you push off your thighs or rely heavily on armrests to get yourself upright. These subtle changes are early signals that your lower body is losing power and that your joints are beginning to absorb stress they were never designed to handle. When this happens, the knees ache, the hips feel stiff, and the lower back begins to take the impact. Over time, this creates a pattern that makes walking, climbing stairs, and standing for longer periods increasingly difficult. The good news is that science offers strong encouragement. According to the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, older adults who practice sit-to-stand regularly experience major improvements in leg strength, better joint comfort, and a meaningful boost in daily confidence. This happens because sit-to-stand is more than a leg exercise. It trains your brain to fire the right muscles at the right time, rebuilding control and balance, while restoring the natural mechanics that keep you steady. To perform the movement correctly, sit near the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet slightly behind your knees. Lean your chest forward with a straight back, then press through your heels and lift yourself up using slow, controlled effort. When you reach the top, stand tall for a moment before lowering yourself back down with smooth, deliberate motion. The slower you lower, the stronger your muscles become, because this phase forces your legs to work in a protective way that reduces strain on the joints. If the movement feels difficult at first, that is completely normal. You can raise the seat height, use a soft cushion, or lightly place your hands on your thighs until your strength improves. What matters is that you practice consistently because your body adapts quickly when you give it clear signals. A viewer once shared that she struggled for months to stand from her kitchen chair without holding the table. After practicing sit-to-stand daily, she finally rose with ease and felt a spark of confidence she thought she had lost forever. And that moment leads directly to the next movement you must master, because building full body strength requires more than powerful legs alone. Number 3, wall push-ups for upper body strength. After rebuilding the foundation of your lower body strength with the sit-to-stand movement, the next area demanding your attention is the upper body. Many adults overlook this part of training because they assume upper body weakness only affects tasks like lifting objects or opening jars. The truth is far more serious. Your upper body strength shapes your posture, your balance, and your ability to move safely with confidence. This is where the wall push-up becomes essential because it trains the shoulders, chest, and core in a way that directly supports the muscles you rely on every time you stand, walk, or reach for something above your head. Most people do not realize how much posture changes with age. Rounded shoulders, a forward-leaning head, and a collapsing chest position are common signs that the upper body is no longer providing proper support. When this happens, your spine absorbs more stress, your breathing becomes shallower, and your balance becomes less reliable, making everyday movements feel harder than they should. You may notice yourself grabbing a railing more often or feeling slightly unsteady when turning quickly. These are not random moments. They are warnings that the muscles meant to stabilize your upper body are weakening. Scientific research from the Journal of Physical Therapy Science shows that older adults who practice modified push-up variations like wall push-ups experience significant improvements in posture, reduced shoulder discomfort, and stronger overall functional performance. This is because the wall push-up does more than strengthen the arms. It activates the entire chain of muscles that keep your spine aligned and your body upright, helping you move with control instead of tension. To perform this exercise, stand at arm's length from a wall, with your hands placed slightly wider than shoulder width. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels, then lower your chest toward the wall while engaging your core. Move slowly and breathe steadily, allowing your muscles to fully support the motion. When you press back to the starting position, focus on keeping your neck relaxed and your shoulders down to avoid unnecessary tension. If the movement feels too easy, step your feet farther back to increase the challenge. If it feels too difficult, step closer to the wall or reduce your range of motion until your strength improves. Many viewers share that this exercise surprised them because it made activities like reaching for items on high shelves or carrying groceries feel easier. One woman explained that after practicing wall push-ups for 2 weeks, she stood taller during her morning walks and noticed that her shoulders no longer burned with fatigue. She said it was the first time in years she felt truly supported by her own body again. Yet even with a stronger upper body, your mobility is not complete because there is another movement that connects strength, coordination, and heart health in a way nothing else can. Number 4, standing march with arm swings. After rebuilding the strength of your legs and restoring power to your upper body, the next vital step is awakening the rhythm that connects every part of your movement system. The standing march with arm swings is one of the most underrated exercises for adults over 60 because it trains strength, balance, coordination, and cardiovascular health all at once. It might look simple, but it activates the exact skills you rely on every time you walk, climb stairs, or recover from a stumble. This movement connects your brain to your body in a way that keeps you steady, confident, and energized. As you age, one of the first abilities to decline is your natural coordination. Your steps become shorter, your reaction time slows, and your posture begins to shift forward. These changes increase your risk of falls, fatigue, and hesitation when moving in busy environments such as grocery store aisles or uneven sidewalks. Many people also lose the natural arm swing that once helped them stay balanced without thinking. When the arms stop moving, the body becomes more rigid, which forces the hips and knees to work harder than they were designed to. Research from the American Heart Association shows that light rhythmic movements like marching improve circulation, heart efficiency, and overall energy levels, even in older adults who have not exercised for years. Additional studies in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity reveal that marching movements improve balance and reduce fall risk because they require the brain to coordinate left and right sides of the body at the same time. This dual action is crucial for maintaining independence as you grow older. To perform the standing march correctly, begin by standing tall with your feet hip-width apart. Engage your core gently and keep your shoulders relaxed. Lift your right knee comfortably toward your waist while swinging your left arm forward and your right arm back, mimicking the natural walking pattern your body depends on. Lower your foot with control, then repeat on the other side in a smooth rhythmic motion. Keep your breathing steady and avoid rushing. A slow, focused march is far more effective than a fast one. If balancing feels difficult, place one hand lightly on a counter or chair until you feel secure. You can also lift your knees lower at first and gradually increase height as your confidence grows. What matters is consistency. Your brain adapts quickly when you give it clear, coordinated signals, and within days, many people begin to feel lighter on their feet and more stable during daily activities. One viewer who had been afraid of falling for years shared that after practicing this movement each morning, she regained the ability to walk around her neighborhood without gripping her husband's arm for support. The small routine restored a sense of freedom she thought she had lost forever. Yet even with strength and coordination returning to your body, there remains one final factor that determines whether these improvements will last and protect your independence for the long term. Number 5, why consistency matters. Now that you have explored each of the essential exercises, it is time to understand the one principle that determines whether your progress will last. Consistency is the real engine behind mobility, strength, and independence, and without it, even the best exercises lose their power. Many adults over 60 begin strong for a few days, then stop when life feels busy or when stiffness returns. What they do not realize is that strength does not fade overnight. It fades slowly through missed days, missed movement, and missed opportunities for your muscles to stay awake and active. When you stop moving, your muscles begin to shorten, your joints feel stiffer, and your balance becomes less reliable. This process can start in as little as 48 hours of inactivity, which is why periods of sitting or long rest often make you feel older than you are. A weak muscle does not only affect itself, it creates a chain reaction that makes your whole body work harder. You may notice that walking feels heavier, your knees ache sooner, or you avoid certain activities that once felt easy. These are the first signs that inconsistency has begun to chip away at your progress. Scientific studies from major American health institutions confirm that older adults who practice short, consistent routines enjoy better strength, faster recovery, and far lower fall risk compared to those who train irregularly. Even just 10 minutes a day can reshape your mobility because your muscles and nervous system respond best to frequent, gentle activation. Your body learns through repetition, and each small session reinforces the patterns that keep you steady and confident. To make consistency achievable, focus on small routines you can repeat without stress. Perform the sit to stand when you wake up. Try a set of wall push-ups while waiting for your coffee. Use the standing march as a warm-up before leaving the house. These tiny habits compound into meaningful change. One viewer shared that she used to feel overwhelmed by long workouts. When she switched to 3 short daily movements, her energy improved, her pain decreased, and she finally felt in control of her body again. And her story reveals an important truth, because understanding the value of consistency leads you to the final message of this entire journey, a message that ties every movement, every effort, and every day into one powerful path forward. As you reach the end of this video, take a moment to appreciate what you have learned and what your body is still capable of. These three simple exercises, sit to stand, wall push-ups, and the standing march, are more than movements. They are tools that protect your strength, your balance, and your independence. When practiced consistently, they help rebuild the muscles that support your joints, improve your posture, reduce pain, and restore the confidence you need to move through each day with ease. Even small changes lead to meaningful progress, and your effort today is the first step toward a stronger tomorrow. If you feel overwhelmed or unsure, do not worry. Your body is never too old to change, and you are never too late to start. The safest path forward is to begin slowly, listen to your body, and celebrate every improvement, no matter how small. These movements were designed for real people living real lives, and they meet you exactly where you are. What matters most is not perfection, but consistency, because every repetition sends your body the message that you are choosing strength, hope, and better health. Before you go, I want you to know that you are not alone on this journey. This channel is here to support you with clear guidance, practical steps, and new videos that help you live stronger, healthier, and more confidently at any age. Our next video will dive into a powerful routine that improves circulation and reduces joint stiffness in just a few minutes a day, and you will not want to miss it. So if you found value today, save this video so you can follow these exercises anytime. Subscribe and turn on notifications to receive the newest health tips, medical insights, and senior-friendly routines that help protect your body every single day. Thank you for being here, and remember, your strongest years can still be ahead of you.